Good morning. Okay. It is currently just a bit after 8 o'clock. I'm going to go downtown. I have like a little meeting thing with the college counselor. And then after that, I'm gonna just take some short cinematic videos and stuff downtown and just see how fun it can actually be going there on your own. Yeah. Not really. But let's see. I'm also gonna make a bit of breakfast. Not sure what I'm gonna make yet. And I don't know if this is gonna be shaky yet. I don't have my grill pot on. But it snowed yesterday, so it's kind of the reason why I don't want to go downtown. And also I want to get like a sunrise shot downtown, but with the snow really doesn't fit what I'm going for, and then it's also too cloudy, so like I don't want clouds all in this photo. And like me going downtown at like 6 in the morning, I want it to be a really good shot. I guess I'm gonna make eggs really quick. Let's do this. Hey, what is up? I just finished my little like counselor meeting with a college advisor, and we sort of just discussed like applying for scholarships and stuff like that. I need to figure out and organize which ones I'm actually applying for. And another thing, I think I do need to focus on a couple things at a time, because right now I think how many different things, I'm just doing a lot and I'm not exactly focused on one thing at a time. All my focus is like sort of spread thin, and right now I'm trying to get a bit into like photography and stuff, and just like little clips and figuring out what I want to focus on. And another big thing that's really getting to me now, and I think this gets to almost any one of us, figuring out what exactly we want to do as like a major or like in college, because now that my actual college decision is made up, the actual like picking and figuring out what major I want to do and like what I want to come with outside of college is a bit stressful. I also don't know how well this mic is actually working, because it is like a bit windy in Chicago. But yeah, we're just gonna see what all we can do, talk about, and like this is the first video I think in a while that I haven't really been at home or with someone else out. It's kind of dead in Chicago right now. All the buildings and stuff are that way. Still dead. Normally it's a lot more lively, I guess you can say. I think knowing the fact that I'm gonna be gone from the city is making me appreciate it so much more. Like, me growing up here for 18 years, I don't think I've gone out, and I think if I did redo my 18 years, I'd make sure to like come down into like all the way by the lake, actually in the city, than living just out in like my little area. One thing I'm definitely not going to miss though is definitely the cold and the wind. But then again, I think I'm still gonna be in the cold and the wind over in Connecticut, where I'm going to college. I'm actually going to Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut. I think it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be a big experience. I didn't realize how exactly windy it actually is. It's colder than I thought. I thought like being in the middle of the city would be pretty similar to being right next to the lake. But no, not really. It's pretty freezing cold. And it's somehow birds chilling. It's definitely a nice city. This is like sad. I think before I graduate, I'm gonna have to stop in that store. I'm not gonna go there now because I'm not gonna spend money, but probably need a good bye-bye Chicago store stop. It's funny how much of a problem the falling ice actually is, because you can actually see it falling probably, if you stand somewhere for probably a good minute or two, ice might just fall in front of you or on top of you. So I just gotta walk fast and not look up. wonder how many injuries has actually happened this year due to ice falling. But there wasn't that much snow this year, or rain. Actually, there was a good amount of rain. So possibly. Oh,
there we go. Ice falling. Usual. I don't know if it's better to stand further back. And now we will soon be on our way back home.
Don't know how long the ride home is going to take. Probably a good 40 minutes, and then see how I'm going to actually get to my house from the train station. But I think I got some cool photos. We'll review them once I actually get home. I'll see you guys when I'm home. This is currently the next day, and I'm going to actually go through the photos and edit them now. And I sort of just took a day to just relax. Yesterday I had so much to do school-wise. Today, just lounged around. Need to fold my laundry, and then we'll get back for editing photos. I know this video was meant to come out so long ago, but I'm finally getting around to doing it. So last week when I actually went to go take photos, these are some of the photos I took, and I'm sort of just going to show you what I did in like Lightroom and like the original versus like how it changed and like what's kind of cool about the picture, and then how like what I did. So for this first picture, this picture actually like came out pretty quick. I was just like walking underneath the bridge, and as I'm taking this picture, there's like a car that was like turning right, and like it was a taxi driver. In Chicago, taxi drivers, they're interesting, I guess you can say. They're very aggressive drivers, but then when you're actually in a cab, it's like the slowest thing ever. It's really weird. But the guy's like laying on his horn, and I'm like, dude, I'm literally, it's walk. It's saying walk. Because like I don't want to stand in the middle of the street when like it's for other people to drive, but it's walk. And the picture to the left is the original picture, and then the picture to the right is the picture after editing it in Lightroom. And I lowered the contrast a bit, and then I upped the shadows, and then the light too I lowered a bit. I kind of like the way it came out. Let's see, what's the next photos here? The next photo I ended up taking was just, where was it? It was in Millennium Park, and I kind of like the color of the sky and the white buildings. So I was like, you know, we'll just take a quick picture. It's still winter, and like I'm trying to get used to it. There's so much snow, and like it's nice in photography, but at the same time, I don't know. It's not my top choice of photography. But the original picture to the left, it kind of just like stood out. It was like too bright and shiny. The sky was a little bit too white. So I decided to get a bigger contrast between all the colors. And then I also messed with the grid scale. One thing, like if you guys are editing photos and stuff and want to put stuff on Instagram, if you take it into Lightroom, you can just easily crop it 4:5, and then you can post it on Instagram. What else is there? Next photo I ended up taking was just of the brown in the of like the dead trees in the area, like kind of like there's a lot of nature in Millennium Park, but during the winter it's kind of all dead, but the like brown feel gives like that sort of like that mix between fall and winter. So I figured, oh, that's kind of a cool shot to play around with. I do wish I brightened up the dark browns a little bit, but I think it still came out nice. And then there's another one very similar to this picture. I sort of just kept it stock. I didn't like making any of the adjustments to it. And sometimes you find like those photos that you're like, no, I like it the way it is, so I'm not going to really mess with it. This was one of those photos I just decided not to do that with. And this one, I don't know why I like the way it came out. I really messed with the settings a lot, and I really wanted to emphasize the ice in it. And let me find this photo. Why can I not find it? It's like some random photos pop up. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to really emphasize it being ice,
and I wanted to make it like that clear, clean glacier looking icicles. So I decided to just make it all really dark, even though it really wasn't dark outside. And I think it came out pretty well. It looks kind of like a day to night. The only issue with it is the sky, it being blue. If I change that to like a red or like a black, I think it would totally look like it was taken at actual nighttime. Still learning how to use the entire program, but progress. The next photo, I don't know why. I just took a picture of, there's like the icicles of the wave, like the waves hitting the ladders downtown. They just freeze through to the railings, so I figured may as well just add them in. And I really don't like the color of the ocean, or not the ocean, the lake. I really don't like the color of Lake Michigan. Like the green's kind of a little bit dirty and doesn't look like actual water, even though it is. This picture, I feel like it has a lot of potential, but I don't know what to do with it. For this, I was kind of just going for I want to show what's downtown, just part of Chicago, and there's just this little crate thing stuck out to me. A cargo crate, there we go, that's what it's actually called. And one thing that's really interesting about cargo crates is how they're actually being used to make houses now. Like, who's making a house out of a cargo crate? It sounds awesome. Didn't really do much to it. I kind of wish I captured more of Navy Pier over here, where this plus mark is, or like my mouse right now. I don't know, I think it just looks nice. I think out of the day, this picture might actually be one of my favorites. The way it sort of came out, the blue in the sky really stuck out a bit. And then like the original picture, it looked like really bright and overexposed. But I brought that down in the Lightroom, and I think also bringing out the contrast and bringing out that redness in the person just going on a casual run in the morning. I think it came out pretty decent. And to conclude the pictures I took, this one I messed with a little bit. I feel like it didn't come out right. I didn't have like that right positioning of my camera. But I wanted to just sort of get the long streets of downtown Chicago, this Michigan Avenue right here. And it just has everything on it, but you really can't tell. I think I should have used a larger lens so I could have zoomed in a little bit more. But yeah, those are just some of the photos on the previous shoot I went on. And I'll slowly upload them to Instagram and stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I didn't get much sleep last night, and like I'm trying to like fix my sleep schedule. It's going interesting. But yeah, I think this is gonna actually conclude it for this video. I need to get back on the video grind. Just been busy again. Doing school and videos it's kind of challenging, but it's interesting. See you guys in the next video.